Kurt Busch has the lap car of Larry Foyt between himself and second place Ricky Craven.
Tough break for Jeff Gordon as he limps onto pit road and heads down to his pit as the laps go down now to 8 remaining as Kurt Busch goes over to turn 2.
Kurt Busch right down on the bottom of the racetrack again. Has some insurance. Larry Foyt between himself and Ricky Craven. But Craven is carving quickly into that margin off turn 2.
Yeah, Ricky Craven is on the march. He comes off the second corner, closing in on Larry Foyt. Now makes a move, changes lanes, and dives for the bottom of the racetrack. So now he has free and clear track ahead. He's behind Kurt Busch by about maybe 15 car lengths off the corner.
It was 1.1 second the margin between first and second last time by. Here they come back to the stripe. Kurt Busch across the line, Ricky Craven across the line. Now it's still 1.1 seconds. Let's follow the battle in turn 1.
Craven now has cleared the lap car of Larry Foyt, so he's got some open asphalt as he'll set out in pursuit and try and run down Kurt Busch.
He is using the open track to his advantage. He took the inside lane off turn 2, got the good run, slid wide up against the wall in 3. Now he takes the wider arc into turn number 3, down to the inside of turn 4 in pursuit of the race leader.
6 laps to go and it'll all be over. Jeff Gordon dived into his pit. Let's get a quick report there.
Well, they brought it down pit road, changed 4 tires. Jeff just came on the radio and said something else is wrong, guys. Something else is broke. So it looks like it's going to be a day for the DuPont Chevy.
Jeff Gordon has already slid back about 15 positions as he has made that stop and gone back onto the racetrack. Tough break for him because he had a pretty good race car.
Let's pick up the battle for the lead, headed to turn 3.
Here comes Kurt Busch. He's closing in on the lap car. Brett Bodine. He starts his run down to the inside, slides up to the top of the racetrack, loses some momentum. That allows Ricky Craven to close in just a tad.
5 laps to go as they come down to the stripe. It is now down in car lengths and 1 lap car separating Kurt Busch from Ricky Craven.
Brett Bodine gives way on the inside. That allows Craven to keep the momentum up. He has closed it down 5, maybe 6 car lengths now. The deficit for Ricky Craven on the Tide Pontiac.
No lap traffic to deal with for the front 2. Kurt Busch and Ricky Craven onto the back straightaway. They have left Dave Blaney. Blaney now will deal with some lap traffic as the front 2 take the high side in turn 3. Craven still carving into Kurt Busch's lead.
Gaining on him every lap around. Catching is one thing, getting around is another, but he is there. Only 2 car lengths separate the front 2 right now as they go back to turn 1.
Ricky Craven on the hunt, puts the bullseye on the back bumper of Kurt Busch's Ford, closes it down to 2 car lengths. A car length and a half, again eating into the margin off 2.
Now up against the concrete comes both the leaders. Down the back straightaway, Ricky Craven continuing to close in. Off the end of the back straightaway, Kurt Busch using the inside lane. Now darts up to the top of the racetrack, and Craven again closing in even more in turn 4.
Only 3 laps to go. Can Ricky Craven make it happen? Kurt Busch is in command, but Craven now right up on the bumper, and here across the line starts looking to the inside for the lead.
Craven looks down to the inside. Kurt Busch slams the door on him as they enter turn number 1. Craven falls back in line, drops back by a car length, tries to gather it up and make another run at him on the backstretch.
It's very clear that in turns 3 and 4, Ricky Craven's race car is much faster than Kurt Busch's. Here they come at the entrance to the corner. 1 car length separate the top 2. Busch goes to the top. Here comes Craven looking down on the inside, trying to take the lead away.
Kurt Busch put a good block on to keep him on the outside up in turn number 4 as they come back to the line. He is there this time. He's going after the lead in turn 1.
Ricky Craven, Kurt Busch, side by side, they bump. Busch brushes the wall. They bounce off each other. Craven has the lead. Busch bumps him. Craven to the outside and Busch back underneath regains the top spot.
Now here comes Ricky Craven trying to regain that lost ground. Busch back to the lead on the back straightaway. Ricky Craven in hot pursuit, pedal to the metal, and Dave Blaney joins this battle. Here's Busch, 2 car lengths out in front. Here comes Craven again, using the high lane on the move in 4.
Getting physical here at Darlington Raceway like it's supposed to be. Craven has another shot, but only 1. The white flag out. This time, Kurt Busch leads by inches back to turn 1.
The gloves are off. Craven is there into turn 1, half a car length back. Busch drifts high. Craven unable to make a move. They'll remain single file. Craven now to the inside.
Here they come off turn 2, racing for the lead and the win. The crowd on the back straightaway is just going delirious. Busch, Craven, nose to tail. Here comes Craven up top. Busch goes up the block. Here comes Craven down to the bottom, trying to hang on. Both cars are loose in 4.
Craven pours all the steam, pulls to the inside lane. They are dead even coming down to the line. This is going to be close. They lean on one another. Across the line, Ricky Craven gets the win, and they continue the crash headed up into turn 1.
Craven pounds the wall, bounces off it. Kurt Busch right back at him. Ricky Craven has won the race. The only question now is, will he be able to make it back to victory lane?
That's the kind of racing in the old days you used to see at Darlington. They got physical for the last 5 laps, and Ricky Craven couldn't have won by more than 6 inches.
They were leaning on each other coming off turn 4. They were dead even. They put the pressure on one another, leaned on one another, slid across the line, really, and continued sliding till they got up into turn number 1. That is a remarkable finish here at Darlington. Ricky Craven wins the Carolina Dodge Dealers 400. Kurt Busch is second. Dave Blaney third. Mark Martin fourth. Michael Waltrip is fifth. Let's go to pit road.
What a jubilant bunch down here with the Tide crew. Scott Miller, congratulations on your first win as a crew chief, and Ricky's second.
Thank you very much, man. He was the man out there today. He drove his butt off, and he gives us 100% effort every week, and we're trying to give it back, and hopefully we can get more of these.
What were you saying to him in those last closing laps when he was battling with Kurt Busch?
He didn't need any motivation, man. We didn't say a word. We let the spotter do his job, and he was just he was after it.
That's the word down here in the Tide pit. Cal Wells called it early on, said that they were just going to be happy to be in contention, but they ended up with the win in the Carolina Dodge Dealers 400.
Should be some interesting conversations coming from pit road when we talk to the top 5 finishers shortly. We could well have just seen one of the best finishes in NASCAR racing in a long, long time. Let's hear from some of the top competitors. Let's go down to pit road.
Kurt Busch climbing from the Sharpie Rubbermaid Ford. Pretty good run for you guys. Unable to get the win. Take us through that final lap, Kurt.
It was awesome, and that's what it's all about, just racing as hard as you can. And I've got to give congratulations to my team and all the effort that we put forth. We're just missing one little input. If we can get all the inputs in the right place, we can win some races. This feels great.
Not sure how many people know the power steering problem there on that final green flag run. How bad were you fighting it there on those final 40 laps?
Yeah, it was 50 to go. It started missing 10 to go. It cut out completely, and I was fighting it as hard as I could. This car weighed about 10,000 pounds. So I did the best I could. I just couldn't dig, and I just came up a bit shy, I guess. We'll review the tape, but, we're happy with second place because we know we're missing a little something for as far as a complete package.
They say it's the track too tough to tame. Kurt Busch did the best he could to tame it today, came home second, battling Ricky Craven. Over to Danielle Fry.
Someone else who is really happy, Dave Blaney, you got your career best finish today with a third place at Darlington. You got to be pretty happy.
Yeah, we're real pleased. The whole Jasper team's been doing a great job. We got Booty Barker come on this year, and he's just turned us around. And we're getting better and better every week, and we're just tickled. We just keep going with it, hopefully.
From your vantage point, talk about the battle between Ricky Craven and Kurt Busch.
Yeah, if they'd have done that one lap earlier, I'd have been looking good. But that was a heck of a race. Those guys did all they could do. It was fun to watch where I was at.
That's Dave Blaney. He comes in third place. Talk about a worn-out driver. That's Michael Waltrip talking things over with crew chief Slugger Labby. Michael, you guys worked on the car all day, and it obviously paid off here at the end.
Yeah, we had a good car in the long run for sure. 53 laps wasn't quite enough. If it had been a 70-lap run to the end or 60-lap run, we were coming, but it just took us a little while to get going. I think old guys do that. They want to be like a tortoise and be there at the end, and the young cats do the hare deal, and they run out of going power. That's my philosophy. What do y'all think?
Obviously, the fans react to Michael's finish, or his words. He finished fifth today. His best Darlington finish was a third back in 1991.
Great run for him here this afternoon. Again, the top 5. It is Ricky Craven winning by less than 6 inches, it looked like. Kurt Busch finished second, Dave Blaney third, Mark Martin fourth, and Michael Waltrip fifth.
We'll go down to Victory Lane here in just a few moments. Matter of fact, let's go there now to Gatorade Victory Lane.
And with Ricky Craven, Ricky getting a big kiss from his wife, KK. Ricky, first place we got to start is those last couple of laps. You guys got together going into turn number 1. You gathered it back in, got back around him. Take us through those laps.
Well, I didn't realize there was only a couple left. But I knew it was coming down to time to go. And we got together getting into turn 1, and I don't know how he saved it, and then I don't know how we saved it. And then we decided to do it again here at the end. But, I'm really lucky to be driving this Tide Pontiac and be racing NASCAR. There's no better time to be racing NASCAR than right now. And I hope the fans got their money's worth there, because where would we be without them?
I tell you what, if they didn't, they've never seen a good race. Did you know you had gotten him when you came across the stripe? I couldn't tell, and I was at start-finish line.
Well, I really didn't. I really didn't. In fact, if we had lost that race, it would have been devastating, because it's exactly the kind of race you want to win, but exactly the kind of race you don't want to lose. And Kurt is just a heck of a racer, and That was fun. It really was.
When he had you by about 3 seconds, when did you think you really had a chance to win?
Oh, I was so strong with the Tide Pontiac on the long run. And I was just glad that it went 60 laps. Had it not gone 60 laps, we wouldn't have won the race. But, you know, the fact is it did, and that's what we needed for the Tide Pontiac to run like it did. And the Goodyear tires are fantastic. And, you know, we started the race and we were just mediocre at best. And we said, if the sun comes out and the track gets slick like it always does, these shocks and springs are going to pay off. And they did.
I remember a couple of years ago, Jim Phillips said you are a Winston Cup winner. Now you are a Winston Cup winner 2 times at Darlington and in their 100th race. How does that feel?
Well, it's cool. You know, I was so proud to win that first race, but you know you got to legitimize it and you got to back it up. And I'll tell you what, there's no tougher place than Darlington, South Carolina. You know, from my earliest days, I viewed Darlington as a place, the toughest place on the series, and this is one of the places I wanted to win the worst. Thankful I got the chance.
There was a time that folks questioned whether or not Ricky Craven could come back and do this. He showed it at Martinsville, beating Dale Jarrett, and he showed it today here at Darlington, one of the toughest tracks and one of the toughest races. Ricky Craven victorious today at Darlington.